wonderful. Another flower is blooming.
We can leave the jade here. I have already called for a jewelsmith to shape them into the implements that we will need. Ah, yes. I have yet to go and see Child. So...
Guess we can't do anything else. Also, is this where we're doing the rite of parting?
Yes. I have already rented this location, and have begun making preparations for the rite. That's right. The Liyue Qixing have acquiesced to using the same location.
But when something this big happened here, should suspects like us really be at the crime scene? We might get caught by the Millilith. Although with that said, since we got back from Dwayne Karst, none of those pesky Millilith soldiers have come chasing after us. Wonder what that's about. Also, the, Rex Lapis vessel...
Traditionally, we call it the Exuvia.
Ah, right! That's what it was called. You seem to know everything, Mr. Zhongli. So, was this Exuvia hidden away by the Qixing? I mean, we haven't even figured out who the murderer is.
One must think that they already have someone in mind. Or perhaps they already know. Surely they must have found all the evidence that there is to find here. Before the rite is conducted, the Exuvia will be kept temporarily.
Golden House?
The only mint in Liyue, which is to say the only mint into that. All the mora that flows through a...
Oh, no! Paimon wasn't thinking about anything bad. Paimon thinks it suits Morax. But why do you know this, Mr. Zhongli?
Since the rite of parting has the approval of the Qixing, it is a semi-official event. As such, there is already some limited information available. Perhaps each has their motives. In Liyue, where the god of contracts reigns, only contracts may not be betrayed. Well then, we should go and prepare the perfumes used in the rite.
Perfumes? Where'll we get...
No. Perfumes used to honor the gods must be freshly decocted. The quality of the silk flower petals contain a fibrous material of good quality, often used in brocade making. Its scent, however, is...
It's time for Zhongli's lectures on high society again.
We shall not speak of the details right now. Follow me. We shall go to the merchants to purchase our ingredients.
can't beat the atmosphere here in Beaver.
Hey, boss, do you sell
Silk flowers? We
which kind? The...
Ugh, you ignorant shoppers. Always coming.
Golden House Maiden, Valley Weaver, and Fate's Yearning. One of...
My goodness, you two must be his servants. Please refrain from any further attempts to contribute. Now then, please peruse at your leisure.
Silk flowers exhibit different properties based on how their environmental conditions differ from their ancestral habitat. Nevertheless, these are fine specimens, excellently preserved. Just look at the abundant foliage here, and these stamens, glamorous as a maiden of the Golden House. This strain is an evergreen and mostly grows under complex hydrological conditions. By contrast, this variety thrives in any dark, damp location, often in... Lastly, this strain is quite the recluse. Unlike its exuberant cousins, flowers and foliage are minimal, and when in season, it has a subtle yet enduring scent. Silk flowers have all but disappeared from the wild today due to geographical changes over...
Wow!
I possess but a smattering of trivial knowledge. My traveler friend is the one...
Oh, Mr. Zhongli, you're way too humble. So, which silk...
I'll take them all.
Again?
How can I put this? When purchasing opera tickets, it is natural to decide but this silk flower purchase is not an analogous case. Perhaps you don't know. Tradition states that we should decoct perfume from different subspecies of silk flower when making an offering to a statue of the... Like several other tedious and complicated traditions, this one has been... But this is the only rite of parting to take place for one of the 7 in 3,700 years. As such... Now that's settled, a question.
You forgot to bring money again? Zhongli...
If I may interject, did I hear you say that these...
Yes, in a...
Gosh, well, why didn't you say so? It would be bad luck to say it will be used to glorify...
Are you serious?
Why wouldn't I be? I would, if he hadn't written those poems in praise of my wares. They'd only be...
Huh. So much folklore here revolves around Liyue's deity making cameo appearances.
Thank you, boss. I think I speak...
Our skins?
Please, it's the...
So, now that we've got the flowers...
Ideally with the help of an expert. Unfortunately...
Talk about first world problem.
Hence, I need you to help by asking around in the city.
So this time we get to go around town looking...
I will wait for you near the statue of the 7. Meet me there.
Maybe we can find some good candidates at the Adventurers Guild.
You can't beat the atmosphere here.
Let's ask Lan. She's master of the Liyue branch, right? favor.
I stopped accepting commissions a long time ago. Sorry, you two, but you'll just have to ask another adventurer.
Oh, it's not that.
BunniZia's. Here to sit.
Hello. How may I help?
We've come to ask you a question.
Perfume? I rarely think to use it. That said, some of the cosmetics I use are scented. Since I usually set up my stall by the docks, I avoid perfume like the plague, because Celestia forbid those lusty sailors catch a whiff and...
That's the worst thing Paimon's heard all day.
While we're on the subject, have you never heard anyone mention Yingar's homemade perfume?
Ying Air? Oh, as in scent of spring, Ying Air?
Yes, that's her. Many a rich family's daughter has gotten her to make perfume for them. Apparently, her homemade product is better than anything you'll find on the market.
Great! This is just the intel we need. Finally, we're getting somewhere.
Well, hello. You found me at last. I've been waiting for you.
What? How did you know we were coming?
Heard a rumor about